Hey guys, today I'm gonna explore the what are the forensic tools available in the market. For my research, I include just of the open source, we so-called the free software, like for the forensic investigations. The one we are very familiar with right now is the Pro Discover Basic. This is part of our assignments. We have been doing some exercise over there, but apparently there are quite a few more that I saw. Senscape, for example, then you have volatility, which is like command line based. Then we have the sleuth kit with the autopsy. So here's the thing: the sleuth kit is like a command line tool, and the autopsy is the GUI version of it. So it's just like a nice GUI screen that, and you can do your exercise over there. Usually, all of the forensic tools that I have searched through, they're mainly works with the Linux operating system, but there are quite a few others which can work with the Windows too. For my exercise, I just choose one of the Windows version because I have worked with Linux version before, and this is something kind of new for me for the working with the Windows version. So I'm using the VMware Pro it has a Windows 7 virtual machine that I installed. So to start with, as I mentioned, I picked up the sleuth kit with autopsy. You can see this autopsy for Windows. I just found it in the website. Here's a link you can see, and of course I have 64-bit, so the version is 4.4.1. As I mentioned, it's a free open source. You can just download it and install it, just like what I did. So here you go with the Autopsy 4.4.1, and so I'm just gonna run it. And while it's loading, I can just show you what I got. I had some sample forensic image that I was playing with. This two I downloaded from one of the government website, but the other one is actually fun to work with because they have pictures like JPG files and that. So I thought to use this DD file to do a forensic investigation today. So I'm gonna start here. Okay, so here's the main screen. As you can see, it's very clear what you need to do. So here let's just say it's a brand new case. It's gonna ask me for the case name, so it's gonna say forensic investigation Ronak. Okay, oops, messed up. Okay, alright, so it's by default this is the base directory we're gonna go. So yeah, that looks good, so I'm gonna go ahead and click next. And let's say you have some tests that you've been working on. For me here is I would say test 1 RB, and who's the examiner? Of course myself, so it's me, Ronak Rampart. And I'm just gonna say finish here. So what it does in behind the scene is basically kind of try to maintain the exercise as like the case. So just like you have the project or solutions that it's kind of one file that has everything inside. So let's say if you work on the case today and you need to work on it tomorrow, you don't have to worry about saving your notes and everything everywhere else. You can just work with one case file. Oh, okay. I don't know why I got this kind of error, but I'll see if I can continue. Okay, yeah, I think it's just some random I guess VMware or Windows error. So alright, so disk image or VM file, I'm gonna keep that. But you do, by the way, what we are doing right now is adding a data source, meaning let's say you got a forensic image, or you got something else, or you got a USB drive, or you got like disk, whatever it is, you can just choose accordingly. So you have disk image or VM file, your local disk, your logical files, which is kind of like just the files, I guess, and the another one is the image file again, but it's on a locator space. Here I have straight disk image file that I got it, so it's gonna say select that, next. So I'm gonna select the file. As I mentioned, I have a couple of other ones, but I know I want to work with this JPEG search file, so I'm just gonna select that, open. And since we are, in the US, we just gonna keep this same time zone, America, New York. But let's say if you're working in some other countries, you can select the appropriate time zone as per your country there. Yeah, the other option is ignore orphan files in the file system, meaning, like, say if there may be chances that you have many unrelevant files in your image files. If you want to make the process faster, you can ignore those. But for my case, it's pretty small file, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So I'm gonna leave it as is. It's gonna say next, and by default I'm gonna keep all the options. Basically, that way we can see what are the options available for in this tool. So that looks good. I'm gonna click next. And database, add it to your local database. File is being analyzed. Alright, so and in the bottom you can see there is a progress bar. So right now 78%, 81, and finish, and it's going pretty quick. But I'm pretty sure the file size I have been dealing with is pretty small size. Oh, look at that right here, 1 or 2 something in a bytes. It looks like 10 megabytes. I bet. Let me just check just for my knowledge too. Oh yeah, so 10,000 kilobytes. So it's like roughly around 10 megabytes here. Alright, so this is the DD file, we can say, and what we're gonna do here is, let me expand it. So what do we got here? You can simply double click here, right here, or you can this nice tree view that you can look through. Okay, so you have the carved files. So what we are doing right now is the file carving. So especially this one is the JPEG files, like JPEG files, or image files you can use. Or I would say not image. Image is kind of confusing word sometimes here, since we are dealing with image file. It's actually, I would say, photo. Let's keep it photo that way. So here, as you can see, you have the photo files. That, let me make it a little bigger. The good thing is you can see this thing right here in while you're doing your investigation, right? So for example, I'm a picture 3, I'm a picture, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm picture 3. And also you have option to go here and it will show you all the pictures within the same directory. So let me do it this way. If I do it like that, not sure if I can see it all. No. Well, it does. So I can look like this too, right? So that way I can see, okay, within a one folder how many picture files I have. So file 3 for JPG, some of the DLL files. Okay, so that's kind of hard. Alright, so okay, so here it is. Do you see the red cross and like the icon of the file? That means this file has been deleted. So once again, we are dealing with a forensic investigation, so we gotta know which files are there and which files got deleted and at what time. So here you have all your statistics about this. So you have modify time, change time, access time, create date and time. So they are timestamps, like a date time format. So not just date, but it actually has a date time, and it goes to up to the seconds, which is very critical in some type of the forensic investigation. So this is very really good tool that I can see here so far. This is my directories, like where you have the information about the files. Okay, so this is very interesting. Okay, index text. Let's say I'm not sure if I can find any text file here, but let's say you have some doc file like the Microsoft Word document, or the just simply Notepad or text file. You can read through the notes right here. I mean, read through the file contents right here. Just like what you can do for your pictures, right? You can just click here, and it just shows. For this example, this is not a good one, but we've seen it earlier that we had some JPG files. So yeah, so in the media tab you can see you can see the pictures right here. So this is about your directory file so far. So now moving to the next ones. So here is another good thing, right? You can basically the section called views, meaning basically it's you're kind of sorting out the files. For example, here it says file types. So I can come to this this section and I can just find out how many images or like photo files I have. So photos, this included JPG, JPEG, BMP. You just any photo files. I can see, okay, I have 9 files in total throughout my image. Don't have any videos, I don't have any audios. I do have archive files. So archive meaning the zip files. So we can see there are 3 files here. Oh, so this is I have total 3 files there. So this is a good thing, right? So image is 9. I can see all my images within a one in one place, right? The good thing is it shows you the location as well. So here is the directory ddlo, this one. So you can see my file 1 is here. But this is really, I think if I have to do investigation on, I would probably start it here, because that way I know how many files are there. So I'm not gonna waste my time to going through each and every directories and see where my video files are, see where my audio files are, right? Just for example, you have the documents too. So here I see I have one of the Microsoft Office document, which is file doc, and as I mentioned, I was mentioning earlier, it gives you the header level information of the file. So application, Microsoft Word, Brian is the author, meaning he is the creator of the document. Last author meaning who modified last. That also shows the name, and once again it says with the dates timestamp, meaning when it was modified, when it was deleted, or what were the changes, how many pages are there. So this is a really good information once again for our forensic investigations. Same thing, you have how many executable files are there. So we can see one DLL file is present here. So this is really good. Now moving to the deleted file section. So I can see, okay, instead of going through each and individual directory, I can just simply come here and say, okay, how many files got deleted so far? And it tells the location, change time, access time, create time, and yeah, all that good information for us. And here's another thing too, right? So just how many files out there. So this is really useful. And let's say you wanna see how many big files are there. For example, like big file meaning, I think it does by its own, like the classification based on the size. So it says 50 to 200 megabytes. There's 0 files, 200 megabyte to 1 GB 0, and anything bigger than 1 GB, 1 gigabyte. So there's none file there. So those are the information right there. And just like you can just have your notes added to it, and you can do make a case. So whatever you do here, it stays here. It's a local, its own file. So right now, let's say I'm happy with what I have and I'm ready to move on, and just I'm gonna hand it over my presentable format of report, right? So I can just do generate report here. It says how how you want to do your report. I like the HTML for myself right now, so I'm just gonna keep it as is. And I say here are options which one you want to include in your report. There may be some unnecessary information that you want to exclude, but for me here I'm just gonna keep everything. So I'm just gonna say all results, and I'm gonna just say finish. And by default it goes to the there's a directory, and there you can just open the report. So for me it was easy. I'll just click on the link and it will open like here in the browser. So let's go back to the HTML file here. So here it is, my investigation case number, who is the examiner, how many pages I have, in which time zone, and where this file was located. I didn't do any much work here for the actual case notes and things like that, but there are some system generated information here for the extension mismatch. So yeah, this is how the autopsy forensic tool works. I think I personally liked it. I guess it might be some basic tool for some experts, but I think it's good tool to start, and you can always go for some advanced tools as needed. But yeah, this is it for now. But thanks everyone for watching this. Thanks. Bye.